Hello again, everybody. Today is going to be a quick one here. We're focusing on changing scientific notation numbers into standard form numbers. So we have a couple examples of that right here. So when we are looking at these, so we always want to be sure we're checking out our exponent for changing numbers from scientific notation to standard notation. So we look at the exponent because that's going to tell us how many times we move our decimal. So if the exponent is positive for our power of 10, we're going to move the decimal to make a whole number. And then I just want to point in here too that if it's positive, we're moving our decimal to the right to make that whole number. If or we can also say bigger as well. If the exponent is negative, we will move our decimal to the left to make a smaller number. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this whole here. Sorry to make you write that down. We're still moving our decimal to the right there, but we are making a bigger number. So if our exponent is 0, we do not move our decimal at all. We saw that on an example yesterday. So 10 to the third means multiply, so we are moving our decimal 3 times to make a bigger number. We would be moving it 3 times to the right. 10 to the 3 means, or negative 3, excuse me, means divide. So we would be moving our decimal 3 times to the left to make a smaller number. So let's take a look at these real quick. So since our exponent is positive for this first one, that means we're going to make a bigger number here. So all we have to do is write out our number, and the 3 tells us we're moving our decimal to the right 3 times. So I'm just going to take my decimal, 1, 2, and 3, add in that 0 there. So once all is said and done, this is going to be 6,030. Once again, take a look at our decimal. It is a positive not decimal, excuse me, our exponent. It is a positive exponent, so we are going to be making a bigger number than we start with. So we'll go 1.9. We're moving our decimal place 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And add in our zeros there to take our placeholder. So this is going to be 19 million. Alrighty, once again we take a look at our exponent. It is negative, so we're moving our decimal place to the left to create a smaller number. So we'll start with our 2.003 that it starts us with there. The exponent of negative 1 means I'm moving my decimal place to the left 1 time. So that's where it will go. So this is going to be a smaller number than we started with. This will be 0.2003. And all we got to do is pay attention to that exponent there. If it's negative, we're moving our decimal place to the left that many times. So this will create a smaller number. So we start with our 8 and then move our decimal 3 times to the left. 1, 2, 3. Got to add our zeros there for placeholders, so this is 0.008. Exponent, looking at it, positive 5, so we're making a bigger number here. 5.003 is what we're starting with. And taking a look at our exponent, it is a positive 5, so we're moving our decimal place to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Add zeros for your placeholders. That's why I draw those little whoop-de-doos underneath, is it shows me how many zeros I need to add. But be careful when you're doing that. You don't want to add any extras or not enough on accident. So this turns to 500,300. All right, here's that example from up above. We have a decimal of 0. So that we're not changing the number at all since we're not moving our decimal point at all. So we're not going to circle either of these, and we're just going to leave it as 2.75 because the 0 tells me I moved my decimal place 0 times. And then finally, for our last one here, since our exponent is negative, we know that we are going to be creating a smaller number. So 3.02. Negative 4, so the negative tells me I'm moving my decimal left, the 4 tells me how many times, so I take my decimal and go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to rewrite that so it doesn't look so nasty. 0.000302. And there we have it. That's the quick set of notes today. So changing from scientific notation to standard notation. So below is our independent practice. Be aware that this half of the independent practice will be still here under our notes section. Excuse me. There is another half of the independent practice that you need to finish up too on the assignment page. So that will be the other section of your independent practice that you need to get done. As always, shoot me an email or a message on Canvas if you have any questions, and I can help you out there.